You are already on the thief's path to the tower, but you must walk it as I did, and as others will in their own way. Go to Nimbus, the Dwemer Tower on the southern face of the mountain. Find the one known as Vanshim and confront him in his home while he's alone. Summon the traits of a nimble assassin. Have guile. There can be no witnesses.
You would be correct. I am indeed your craft lord. Was there something you wished to report? I trust this is urgent. We may speak outside the stronghold entrance. Second floor. Guards present, of course. What you have to say is within their right to know as well. Really? Why were you so confident that I would agree to your conditions? I cannot deny that I value first-hand experience in dealing with our test subjects. You've convinced me. You'll have your audience away from my most trusted bodyguards. Make a sudden move, however, and I will cry for their help with my last breath. This had better be worth it. By cornering me, do you expect me to leak classified material? Technological and cultural advancement? Need I walk you through orientation again myself? Ask yourself, how does one kill a Daedra? And expect its answers are applicable to the anomaly. We had no means of testing whether the death of the anomaly would be permanent. We'll find out given time, I suppose. None of which will be answered. This is highly uncouth, especially for a soldier of your stature. You don't have the clearance to know such things. I won't leave this place at the mercy of potential saboteurs. All because I chose to sate someone's curiosity just once. Perhaps you're right. I'm letting anxiety cloud my judgment. A day of rest wouldn't hurt. I should take advantage of it while I still can. You've convinced me, soldier. Though I'd have preferred it if you'd gone about it more gracefully, instead of using the passphrase. You're dismissed.
Want to place a bet? Haven't had a streak like this in ages. Oh, I know that tone of voice. You're trying to persuade me. Give it to rest, Sefk, they say. Don't bet more than you're ready to lose, they say. I've won the Grand Nimbus Championship for 3 years in a row. I know how this game works. I know the ins and outs. But you're worrying, friends. So, you in? Huh? It's whirling just fine, gears and all. Not a flicker in the cards. So, wanna play or not? Got burned in the past? Come now, I promise this match will treat you well. Then just pick an even number between 2 and 10. I'll handle the rest. No, none of that now. Evens have won me 16 turns in a row. Don't curse my chances. I've got 1, maybe 2 shots left. Then I'll call it quits for the week. And how much do you want to bet? I wouldn't want you to part with more than 1 coin on my behalf. Now, just to put it in the slot and play... Huh, that's funny. Slot's jammed. Might be an omen. Afraid you'll have to sit this one out. Let's see what fate has in store for me. What? No, 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 no! An odd number. 9. There must be a malfunction with the machine. The input-output module was whining louder with each turn. You can attest to that, right, gentlemen? Don't ignore me. This blasted thing just chewed through my pockets. This was a huge mistake. I need to get my money out of there.
Sefk, what are you doing?
I need some of your tools.
They've been checked out. Come back later. Can't you tell me looking through there now? They're inert, you know.
Good. I'm not looking to blow something up.
Is this about the machine? You lost money, didn't you? How much?
Enough to force my hand.
If you try anything, you know I'll have to report it.
Think they care at the moment? Go ahead.
Need something? Man's a reckless bastard. He's always played with his money loosely on that damn gambling machine. That's what makes him good around here. No one dared meet his bets, so he was declared champion by default. Yeah, champion of this small barracks. Not much to be boastful about. Must have finally lost enough to get him to come over here to rummage through my stuff. Honestly, I don't care what he does to the thing. It was a strategic decision by the powers that be to install it right outside the bank. It's designed to siphon workers' salaries out of their pockets and return it to the research and development department. Slimy but legal, so they get away with it. Corgan's trying to fix that old ballista. Never had much use of it until now, with the test subjects running amok. Erishida stopped by earlier to pick up her bag of fertilizer for our garden. Why not give her a hand? Keep an eye on Sefk. He's been gambling again on the machine outside the bank.
You never spoke to me, you never saw me. Coins. A lot. Placing satchel powder along the rim of the control panel. It's not in the right state to blow, but give it a flame and it will burn hot enough to bend metal. Everything I lost will be there for me to reclaim. They're not going to bat an eye since they've all been scorned by this machine. You don't see me thrashing around, do you? If this happened to you, you'd be out doing the exact same. See any around? They're all busy dealing with the escaped test subjects. Much bigger worry than some fool trying to reunite with his money. Soldier. This old ballista has been busted for ages. It's due time it got fixed. We could use the extra security now. Care to lend a hand? Repairs are done. All that's left is to calibrate the firing angle. Listen to my instructions, and everything will go smoothly. Good. Stand by the ballista and listen. Okay, you're in position. See those two buttons on the right? Left moves the ballista up, right moves it down. Do not touch the lever. That fires the spears. First, move the ballista as far up as it can go. Perfect. Now lower it all the way down. Okay, only thing left to do is align it to aim at the entryway. Adjust to about -5 degrees. Stop! There. I've marked down the angle. Come speak with me before you leave. Simple work, yes? One last favor, if you don't mind. Take this crossbow to the armory on your way back. Thanks for the help.
There's no need to... Please wait your turn. I'll get to you shortly.
Forget it. He's been speaking in circles. If he refuses to admit, we're stuck here.
Not true. As soon as we detain the escaped test subjects, we'll receive an update for sure.
Test subjects, test subjects, test subjects. The lies keep going on. Your voice quivers with uncertainty that they're the reason for this nonsense.
Please be patient. Word of when you'll be able to return to the mainland will come sooner than you think. I promise you. Everything I say is countered. The ship was scheduled to depart tomorrow for Resdane, but that has since been put on hold indefinitely by the Port Authority. Most of these men are lucky to get shore leave within half a year. They're understandably upset that they may have to wait until the next rotation. I'm only here to deliver the message. I don't know the reasons, but the logical conclusion is that present circumstances influence the decision. If a test subject were to sneak passage on a ship, the general location of this facility could potentially be leaked to our enemies. Good idea. They've heard enough from me. A new face might placate them before they spread their grievances to those still unaware.
The Craft Lord is casually strolling around town. A calculated move to allay fear. It would work if this was a colony of dimwits.
I worry this has something to do with the war.
Has anyone spoken to the research teams? The guard station in the prisoner quarters? They've up and vanished. Is it true they're not allowing large withdrawals at the bank?
I worry this has something to do with the war.
Does anyone really believe the guards are incompetent enough to allow the possibility of a prisoner sneaking onto a departing ship?
It's a fine weapon, as a stationary device, but it's nothing compared to the great ballista walkers back home.
Any luck?
Sure, I learned my lesson. I still want my money back.
Hello there, friend. Oh no, I'm with security for the sub-levels. I'm on a break, sweeping and tending to my garden. Most of what you see was imported during the climate manipulation stage. Some of it sprung to life on its own, thanks to the pests that stowed away on our cargo ships. The only plant life that has been here since the beginning is the Nirnroot. Even with the brutal Atmaran temperatures, it thrived. The yellow-leafed variety you'll find here is the original Nirnroot. It's still in its pre-mutated phase, before the eruption of Vardenfell caused a rapid evolution of the species across the mainland. Yellow Nirnroot is the most potent of all, stronger than even the Crimson Nirnroot of Valzardum Din. Distance from the volcanic ash may have been a factor, but I have my own educated guess. We know this island has a funny way dealing with time. If Nirnroot can communicate with each other as some have theorized, then maybe our Nirnroot never received the message. Good heavens! Put that away! Don't you know it's illegal to have that in your possession? There aren't enough around for that. The last survey from 10 years ago said there were no more than 50 specimens. Nirnroot is known to reproduce rarely, so who's to say that number hasn't dwindled even further by now? We've all been ordered to leave them be, until someone more qualified can be shipped over to study them in further detail. Ah, Alek! I must thank him for sending you over to me. But would helping my ailing garden be of any interest to a soldier? I'm trying to grow Void Bloom. This is my 4th attempt. I've planted the seeds, used premium soil and more, but not even a sprout. The seeds are intact and healthy, so it must be something I'm doing wrong. I'm ready to try just about anything at this point. I've heard coating the seeds with Spriggan sap will provide them with essential nutrients to accelerate growth. But my schedule keeps me inside all day, and I wouldn't dare go out hunting a Spriggan during the night with all those escaped prisoners. So, could you? What a fruitful coincidence! I'll apply it to the seeds immediately. Join me if you like. Let's see. There. I'll plant it. It should be... What? No! This wasn't supposed to happen! Spriggan sap doesn't work like that. Nothing is supposed to do that. Just look at that thing. The guards will have my head if they see this. I have no idea. Conjuration magic is at work. The only way... My old friend. That conniving harlot picked up a trick from her Chimal lover. She must have sabotaged my garden in the middle of the night, seeking to frame me when I would eventually turn to using Spriggan sap. Soldier, I beg you, do not report this little incident. I will promptly dispose of the husk. Please leave this a personal affair between me and my former friend.
Speak, soldier. Tell me. That contraption outside the bank? Someone was bound to lose their cool over it eventually. I suppose I'd better get him to calm down.
Yes, comrade? Tell me. That does it. She's gone completely off the rails. I'd better hurry before she removes all evidence of her blasphemy.
How dare you? Explain yourself now! Guards! Guards! What did you do? You... It's really you. Impossible. All this time, you've kept this hidden. Taking full possession of one of my own. I should have seen the signs. Why did you leave? On that day, of all days, when you always had a chance to escape. Why then? Time. Time here distorts the call. There's nothing but silence now. Since the day you left, I've waited. Are my people safe? Can you answer that for me? With what little honesty you have. I did the best I could. I warned them. I really did. There was nothing stopping them, except for you. My brother knew none of it. The politics, a nomadium. Why I spared you, and had you become what you needed to be. Everything this place, you've been put through, has been in preparation for their failure. It's been a long journey for you, hasn't it? If you want to make all those years mean something, come back for one day. It's all I ask. Afterwards, you'll be free.
No.
If not for yourself, then do it for what remains of my people. That's always been my intent from the start. We have a sense of objective. We've never been concerned over having to surrender ourselves to the end. But now we've both finally reached that point. Will you accept and fulfill your final role as a savior?
No.
You can't possibly have come all this way just to kill, nor express your contempt through reticence. If you gave yourself up willingly on that day, outside the research station, knowing this wouldn't be the end for you, what is it then? What more do you want? What are you here for? Don't do it. Subject, do not do it. Do you understand? Any blueprints of the Resdane project prior to your capture would have been severely outdated. This place was of my design, not his. There are vast differences in operation you can't even begin to under. Stop! Don't take this away! You need me!
No.
Look!
Vanchim's dead. Good work. Simulation or not, he died in your presence. When outnumbered, never reject the opportunity to spread suspicion through enemy ranks. An unseen enemy is more terrifying than one who makes an exhibition out of their kills. Something was stolen. The island, Vanchim's proudest achievement. Whatever you're referring to are the words of a scorned researcher denied by his own people. Vanchim was too proud to realize the follies he was committing every step of the way. His excuses of working for some greater good are there to cover his selfish motivations. Nothing is certain, but what did you see in Vanchim in such a short time that I didn't in decades? Well done. There is no simple explanation for what Vanishing accomplished here, so you will have to see it for yourself when the time is right. That's all that can be said about Vanishing. He played his role thousands of years ago. Let's return to the present. That's 2 simulations. From a certain point of view. Not originally. To explain why the simulations are the way they are is complicated. Knowledge of the inner workings was lost with its creators. I can tell you that Dwemer valued memory, and that drove them to find a way to transfer mind to machine. These towers use my memories as locks. The keys are the practice of reliving them as closely as I did all those years ago. There are deviations. Like in a dream, in those final moments before you wake, time can seamlessly blend the transition from one state to another, past and present. It may be that the simulations are providing you a rare glimpse at time, adjusting its course to avoid contradictions. Regardless, your course has remained true to mine so far. Retrieving those crests is all that is required of you, not understanding. You know where to go,